Okay, we're on Ricardo Williams. You're a welterweight out of Cincinnati.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you got a pro record right now of 17-2 or 3.
17-2.
Okay. And tell us how you got started boxing. I understand you had a pretty good amateur career.
Yeah, I started boxing when I was 7. My father introduced me to boxing when I was 7 years old, and I've just been sticking with it ever since. You know, it's something that he wanted for me, and that's, you know, I kept on doing it. It's something that I, you know, just fell in love with.
And how was it for you when you started out in the amateurs in Cincinnati? Describe how it went for you in terms of your development.
It went fine. My father took me all around the country, you know, facing different competition. You know, I won a gold glove, a gold medal in the Goodwill Games, and a silver medal in the 2000 Olympics. So, you know, that was pretty much the highlight of my boxing career so far.
How many amateur fights did you have? What was your record, if you can recall?
I can't recall. It was well over 300 fights, maybe like, you know, 8 or 10 losses.
Wow, that's very impressive. And how would you describe your style?
Probably like a boxer puncher right now. You know, I'm getting strong. I'm finally getting my man stripped, so I'm like sitting down with a lot of my punches now. So, you know, probably a boxer puncher now.
You turned pro shortly after the Olympics then in 2000?
Yeah, I turned pro right in like 2001. I had my first pro fight in 2001.
Do you remember your first pro fight?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
Well, let's go back first to the Olympics. Tell us a little bit about how that went. Where were the 2000 Olympics? I can't even remember.
Sydney, Australia.
Tell us about how that went and how that felt for you to win the silver.
It was a, you know, experience, you know, you can't explain. You know, I got to take my parents along. You know, I was blessed to have a sponsor, Buddy LaRosa. You know, he sponsored my parents to go along with the trip. And, you know, just to be fighting, you know, an amateur tournament with the cream of the crop, just to come out with a medal, you know, it was a real good experience.
So you apparently fought in the final fight. Who did you fight?
I fought Muhammad Abdullahi out of Uzbekistan.
Okay. And describe that fight and how it went, what you remember about it.
You know, just a real good, hard fight, you know, real competitive. You know, we went toe-to-toe at each other, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he was a better man that day. And, you know, I just moved forward and used it as inspiration in my pro career.
So now then you've obviously translated that amateur experience into a pretty good pro record. And again, we were about to talk about your first pro fight. What do you remember about that?
My first pro fight was at Madison Square Garden. You know, I was blessed to have, you know, that experience too. You know, a lot of people don't get that experience to fight at the Garden. You know, I fought a guy, Anthony Sinkers, out of Atlanta, Georgia. I stopped him in like the 3rd or 4th round. And, you know, I had a lot of hometown support.
So that must have been really a heady experience to walk kind of onto the big stage in your first pro fight.
Well, yeah, most definitely was. And, you know, to have all that hometown support, you know, it's a real good feeling. So
they really back you a lot. You're really well known and popular back there in Cincinnati.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how did you end up down here in Houston training at Savannah's?
You know, it's kind of hard to stay focused at home. And, you know, my promoters and my managers, Jay Prince and Antonio Leonard, you know, they felt it was best for me to move down here. And they told me, you know, as long as I match my talent with my condition, you know, it's pretty much hard to beat. So that's why I'm down here, just to take my career to the next level.
Okay, so you're with Jay Prince and Antonio Leonard, and those are local guys and pretty well known, and that explains a lot about how you ended up down here. Tell us about who you fought so far as you've gone to 17-2. Who was, what you'd say, the most significant fight of your career so far?
I fought Anthony Washington, you know what I mean? When he rests in peace, he passed, you know, maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. He was 15-0 at the time. I beat him. You know, I fought Teron Millette. You know, one of my losses came to a real known veteran, Manny Galloway. He's an older fighter. Another one my other loss came to Juan Valenzuela. You know, both of them real hard. You know, decisions that could have went either way. You know, I'm not complaining, making any excuses about them. You know, I felt they was real good fights and real, you know, stepping stones in my career, learning experiences. You know, and like I just, you know, I'm focused now. You know what I mean? And I'm just ready to, you know, move forward with my career.
What would you say you learned from those losses?
Basically, you know, just to match my talent with my condition. You know, as my promoters saying, you know what I mean, be in the best shape for every fight. You know, don't take any fight light. And, you know, always, you know, just be prepared.
You just sparred with Omar Henry 4 rounds, and he's one of the top guys in Houston right now, and you know, maybe one of the top guys in the country at his weight. And what was that like, sparring with him?
You know, it's been a real good experience sparring with Omar. You know, he's a real hard fighter. You know what I mean, hard worker. Throws a lot of punches in there, so you know that's always good. You know, he's 154. And, you know, I can feel the difference in there sometimes when I'm with him. You know what I mean, he got some good power. He's a real strong guy. And you know what I mean, it keeps me going, keeps me working hard. I don't have a choice when I'm in there with him.
And you have a fight coming up in Oakland. Do you have any idea who you're fighting yet? Or
no, I don't have any idea who I'm fighting yet. But you know, as long as I'm in here sparring with guys like Omar, the twins, you know, Leonardo Tyler, you know what I mean, Leonardo Lane, you know, I'm gonna be ready no matter who I fight. You know what I mean, I'm in the best shape that I possibly can.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk with us, and we wish you the best of luck in your career.
Thank you for having me.